episode 13 of my Wicso series. Last episode there were some revolts, the overextension of the blue team, and the colonization of India, specifically of the river half, not the second. The Bengal country starts moving eastward into the Brunei Mountains. There they stop. After this, a lot of it, they start colonizing lots of central India. The blue team finally expands actually a bit more, establishing minor colonies that it views as profitable in the future. As India is not is all but descended from the blue team. This is actually not true. There are some refugees and yada yada yada, but I don't care. I'm talking about citizenship, which I don't think it was invented. It's not invented during this period. I mean, this is still somewhere by the late Bronze Age, maybe in that point in time. This is a discovery for the Ethiopians, which decides to start to colonize Sri Lanka, making it an Ethiopian colony. The capital of this colony would be basically called this alternate Ethiopian languages New City. So New Ethiopia maybe. The colony would be most likely called New Area. And are quickly populated by Ethiopians. India becomes incredibly important for spice, which has been one of the rarest resources with only like resources like salt being relatively common. After this, we move to the settlementation of North Africa. Last episode, I didn't really touch on North Africa, but this time I'm gonna touch it. Okay. So this country expands these areas over time, colonizing these. But that doesn't mean as nothing in Libyan coast is not it's not colonized. So it's now just a bunch of people. Same with the desert, with some like oases becoming prominent areas of tribal warfare and other things. Human settlementation moves more into Africa as this minor uninhabited whole gets recaptured. After that, we move to the tribal confederation. It's relatively content and its relatively modernized picture makes it move in north. This they start experimentation. Begin with the Nubians. They move south, and more south. They are basically just rivers. Ethiopia, they start conquering and colonizing large chunks of Arabia, mainly the Red Sea coast and the areas that are the Islamic holy cities either. So Ethiopia by this point enters a golden age. The Ethiopian Empire is one of the strongest in the world, and the red team is collapsing. The blue team is at all-time peak, and the orange team is 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 declining. So by this point we have entered some form of Iron Age, and oh boy, the firstly the collapse of Greece was if the collapse of Greece wasn't enough, now the red team might also collapse as well. Well, Turtle as the red team declines, the center of fucking trade, many troops move into the red team. Firstly, the blue team, no, no, not the blue team. The blue team stays neutral. As firstly, they just launch raids. They not do nothing. But the people who actually start things are the yellow team. Yellow team wants to regain their old land back, which, as you can see, is way more connected with the red team. Using their ancient claims, they successfully invaded all of this. The red team, on the brink of collapse, has only one savior, and that's the blue team. The blue team quickly moves in, takes over this area, and the red team is forced to surrender. After the war, after the second Mesopotamian war, the second Mesopotamian war is really destructive, as the red team in the peace treaty is basically forced to give their Eastern Euphrates territories up, and is forced to give up a lot of land over here. Which is actually already blue team. These areas had a blue team population, so it made sense why the blue team occupied them. But the area, so the remnants of the red team, Aram state, became blue team vassals. The blue team has assumed total control over the red team and is entering the golden age. They start forming a naval competition with the Ethiopians, who are also entering their golden age. And speaking of India, its riches in food, perfect for outcasts who want to build new societies. So we enter a period where Indian tribes, minor Indian tribes, colonized the rest of India, and the great powers treat it like a buffer zone. But that isn't the only thing, as expansion in Burma, as people start moving into Burma. And oh boy, we haven't touched the step in a while, like 10 episodes without the steps. So yeah, all of this is finally gets explored as dire economic times rise, as the as the blue team becomes less and less competent. Many people move north. The nomadic empire starts to strengthen its grip, which with many migrants of the east, many move into Mongolia. But Mongolia is where they stop because Mongolia is too brutal. And and the tribes of many countries descend from many nations. Let's colonize the steppe and Bulgaria. After this, we enter a period where new countries pop up. The Ukrainians are the first to use this to their advantage. They move up north and quickly capture Moldavia and northern Romania, with these areas now becoming official Ukrainian territory. In the south, these areas become new countries. These are countries such as this magenta-like color, becoming Bulgaria. The Bulgar state is mainly a cultural mix of these countries. New cities are founded here as these tribesmen decide to settle in these lands. The Kingdom of Bulgaria is not in Sultan Peak as it's born right now. Its capital is actually is somewhere where it's today. No, not today. It's up a bit up north, but it does fall. The cities do fall in the ocean. Look, I'll tell straight line here, over here, capital, and W Bulgaria. The Dalmatians don't really care about the north of Italy. That's until they explore a bit more and see it has a massive area to start farming resources. As many people like priests of some religion or something like this move out from the incredibly mercantilist and industrious Illyrians or Dalmatians. They quickly expand up north into Croatia and into the Po Valley. And by the way, the tensions have been building up a lot in Italy. Well, these tensions caused the First Italic War. The First Italic War, not the First Italic, the Italic War, correctly. I don't know if there will be a second, but there will probably be a second one. Italian troops also decide to create minor outposts, integrate tribes, and other things. As the Venetians are not the Venetians, but why did I call them the Venetians? The Venetians. The Romans are able to take over Italia.